then sit back and listen. There's a baby crying in Shelley 12. Is she not a red coat? Alright, shh. Even the bar staff are talking. Shut your gob. Get your work done. She's got her slippers on and everything. There you go. Right, if we're all sitting, oh, I've had my nose fixed now, my teeth don't work. If we're all sitting comfortably, then we'll begin. Once upon a time... Shut up, Russ. I'll come to your house and talk while you perform, shall I? Probably won't get much said. I've heard, yeah. Once upon a time...
And it's always Russell.
It's always Russ, yes. You tell him. Once upon a time, try again. 3 times upon a time, there was a lovely girl called Rinda Seller, who lived with her 2 sugly sisters and stickid wet mother in a Marge Lansion. Rinda's worked very hard, frubbing slores, weaning clindos, and shivelling shot. In fact, by the end of the day, Rinda's was knocking facked. Now, the sugly isters were right bubbly astards. They were called Mary Hinge and Betty Swallocks. They were really horrible hookers. They had tickets to go to the Gall, but the cotton runts would not let Rinda's go. In fact, her only friend was Buttons, and he wasn't talking to her, because she wouldn't cook his sock. Later that night, when Rinda's was all alone, all of a sudden, there was such a bucking fang. And a little old lady appeared, whose name was Sherry Hittall. She was a light-rocking thespian. Well, Shinda's writ herself. Don't be afraid, said the woman, I'm your Gary Fodmother and you shall go to the Gall. And with a waft of her wind, she turned mixed spice into a hooking cute farage with 6 dandy ronkies, with buge hollocks and dig bits. My stall crocking fighty, Rinda shouted. It's a mucking firacle. The Gary Fodmother then told her, you must be back by midnight, or there will be a cooking calamity. At the ball, Rinda's was dancing with the Pransome Hints. Now he'd been there since 8 o'clock, and he was as fisters apart. Shancy a faggy said. She said, I don't smoke. Suddenly the clock struck 12 while Rinda's pucking panicked. She went running out of the ball, tripping Bars over her looks. Bumcack, called the Pransome Hints, Bumcack. Bumcack, he said. I didn't get a Joe Blob. Then he spotted a sass glipper and picking it up, he said, whoever this flipper sits, I will marry. The next day, he tried the glipper on Betty Swallocks. Well, she pushed so hard, she let out a fig Bart. Oh, that stucking thing, said the Bransom Hinds. Who's fuss jarted? It's that felly smucker over there, said Bones. Then he tried the glipper on Rinders. And if I don't get this right, I'm in sheep dip. He tried the glipper on Rinders and the flipper sitted fucking perfectly. Well, the Bransom Hinds was overjoyed, and taking hold of Rinder's hand, he dragged her upstairs and he bragged her shanes out. Soon after that, they were both married. Rinders had 8 children and a fallen swanny. And they both lived happily ever after. The end. Thank you. Now then, before we start this proceedings, there's 1 or 2 people I'd like to say thank you to, and that is, of course, the lady that plays Cinderella, or Rindercella, has actually written this. So if you don't like it, go and see her and beat her up. That's nothing to do with me. Also, big thanks to Sharon, who's done all the wardrobe, all the makeup. That's nothing to be proud of, the makeup. Wait till you see what they're wearing, the ugly sisters, I'll tell you. All the makeup, all the wardrobe, and rallied round and run herself ragged and everything. As have all the cast. All the cast that's been chosen tonight are regulars from the pub and are also doing all this for nothing. They've given up the free time to come and rehearse during the day and at weekends, etc. And they've given a lot of time up, all apart from one, of course we all do. We all know that is. So a big thanks to them. Shall we get the show on the road? Are you sure? Dilly dilly!